Hi there. Welcome to Cracking the Code on Instagram Carousels 2025. Let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. You've probably noticed that Instagram has made some changes, and one of those changes are the 3-minute reels. So we know that 3-minute reels are really speaking to the storyteller. Instagram wants you to tell more stories, do face to camera reels, more how to, and engage that audience for longer and keep them on the platform. Well, another way that they're doing that is by valuing or putting more weight and reach on Instagram carousels. So, we're going to talk about how you can repurpose your reels into carousels and how to stop the scroll for carousels, how they're getting more action, and just the strategy behind using them. So let's get started. Today, you're going to learn why Instagram carousels are dominating in this year, how the algorithm really works and how to work with it, the anatomy of a high performing carousel, how to create eye catching, engaging designs, how to repurpose existing content into dynamic carousels. That's the repurposing the reels. Using Chat GPT to transform your reels into scroll stopping carousels, and step-by-step guide to finding and customizing carousel templates. And then lastly, quick wins to maximize your reach. At the very end, we will make a carousel together and I'll bring it all home. If you don't know what a carousel is, raise your hand online. I'm going to show you that really quickly and then we'll come back over here. This is a carousel on our Instagram. And a carousel is like a miniature PowerPoint on Instagram. You can have up to 20 slides as of the recording of this class today, which is in February of 2025. But here's a carousel where we are teaching people how to work with us via our coaching platform. So this is the cover photo. Here is the second slide, third, fourth, fifth, and then finally the call to action slide, which is the sixth. This was made last June, okay? This is before Instagram did any of the changes and before any of the new strategy had come out with regard to how to really engage the algorithm the way that you want to. So don't use this necessarily as an example of a scroll stopping carousel, but use it in your back pocket when I use it as examples of what we could have done differently now, knowing what we know in 2025. So there you go. This is a carousel, a miniature PowerPoint where you disseminate information to your audience and it creates more hang time on your post, which really helps the algorithm say that whatever you're sharing is engaging and worth showing to more people. So let's make that full screen. All right, Instagram carousels are getting 3 times more engagement than just static posts. So if you can take a static post and post instead as a 3-slide carousel, then that is going to get you more bang for your buck. Prioritized by the Instagram algorithm for longer engagement time. Like I said, hang time. The more that they have to read and the more riveting it is, the more they scroll, the more they stop to read, the more hang time on your post, the larger the reach. And it's a powerful tool to educate, entertain, and inspire your audience. So carousels can do all of that. And we're going to show you examples here in a second. So the 2025 Instagram benchmark carousels generate the highest engagement. So if you see the dark purple is engagement rate in 2023 and the light purple is the engagement in 2024, and it's getting you can see that the carousels in both years, it was the highest performing post. And in 2025, they took that metric and they exploded it even more. So between reels, carousels, and images, I thought this was pretty riveting when I found this information that carousels were generating more engagement than Reels in the last 2 years. That's crazy to me. That's amazing. So, carousels, though, encourage interactions. They encourage saves, shares, comments, likes. And here is the deal. Instagram has a new ranking metric, and used to be that saves were the most important. Now it's likes and shares. Instagram carousels, if they're educational or entertaining, get shared more. And so you want to always say like and comment, like and whatever, like and share this post, because those two metrics of engagement are the ones that Instagram values the most. So carousels keep users on the platform longer, and they build authentic engagement and through meaningful comments. So whatever you're teaching them in this little miniature class, this little bite-sized class that someone can do in about 5 minutes, just watching, or 2 minutes reading through your carousel, that's going to solicit more meaningful comments that you can then go back and engage with them. So, for instance, we teach social media. So, if I were to do a carousel about creating carousels, then someone's going to say, oh my gosh, could I use this for X, Y, and Z? Or could you please email me this? Or do you teach people how to do it? It would solicit more meaningful comments that I could then chat with in the comments and create more engagement. So, swipe stopping carousels follow this pattern. You can screenshot this, whatever you want to do, but it follows this pattern or flow. Slide 1 needs to grab attention with a hook. Now, your first slide can have a video on it. So you can be like, you can be in the middle of a task, or you can be cleaning something, or you can be like, oh, hey, and just look like you're looking at your phone. That's called a visual hook. But you also can have the words on the screen. So the first slide needs to grab attention. That's very important. It's like curb appeal at a house. The house can look great inside, but if it looks like Addams Family on the outside, nobody's going in. Slide 2 reinforces with another engaging hook, and the second slide sets the context of what you're talking about. This is super important because I'll save that for another slide. But the first grabs the attention. The second reinforces with another engaging hook and sets the context. Slide 3 through 5 delivers the value, the story, the case study, the 3 facts, the tips, whatever it is. And then slide 6 through 8 deepens that engagement with examples, quick wins, and then the final slide is a clear call to action. Do this, buy this, subscribe here, comment this, like this post, share it, ask a question, whatever it is. Clear call to action. Now, notice I only go through 9 slides here. You can have up to 20. If you're going to do something longer than that, use the carousel for images or little clips that you want to show. Oftentimes 20 carousel slides that are learning based, it has to be really good. It has to be really engaging for someone to scroll past like the 9th or 10th slide. So I would keep it 9 slides or lower. If you have a bunch of images you want to dump, make that a carousel. That's fine. Those are easier to swipe through. But if it's learning and it's meaty, nobody's going to read past the 9th slide. So that's why we did slides 1 through 9. Your first 2 slides need to hook your audience, and here's why. Let's jump down to the little note at the bottom. Instagram not only might show, it will show. All your audience sees that carousel the first time, or it goes onto their feed, okay? They might see it. But if someone doesn't interact with it in the first 24 hours, Instagram scrolls to the second slide and shows it to them again. It's called repurposing. targeting. This is the key thing that Instagram is doing that's showing us that they are valuing carousel so much because they not only show it once, but they show it twice. And that's why on the first slide, you have to have a hook that grabs attention. If they don't click and scroll on that carousel after the first 24 hours, then it's going to show again, but on the second slide. So it needs to reinforce whatever your hook is with another engaging hook and set the context of what they're going to learn in the carousel. This all sounds like, Brooke, that's so much work. But I'm promising you that if you do this once a week, instead of slinging spaghetti that's not working, you're going to far outshine yourself. And the effort is going to be, your return on your investment of time making this is going to be so much better than slinging spaghetti. So let's go back here. Your first two slides need a hook to hook your audience. The first one is struggling to grow your Instagram. Here's why it's not working. Second slide, 5 mistakes you're making on Instagram and how to fix them. Saying the same thing, different hook. Now you have hooked them twice. And the people who see it the first time, they'll scroll right past the second page. It's fine because they want to get to the meat. The people who don't engage with the first time and engage with the second time, they're going to get right to the meat in the next slide. So a lot of times, if I see something on a second slide, I'll scroll backwards to see the first slide. So it's just all this kind of engagement, and it's really awesome. So we're going to get to ways for you to repurpose your reels. Oh, that's going to be good. So your first two slides need to hook your audience. Repurpose evergreen content from your old reels. So I'm going to tell you, I'll show you how I did this. So you need to identify high performing reels. Go back to the reels that you've created in the past. And if they have a good amount of views or engagement, then that's one that you're going to want to repurpose into a carousel. Here's how I do it. So I'm going to exit out of here and show you. So you can go to any of, I'm going to go all the way to the top because I did this for a reel that Instagram or that Angelin did recently. So I'm going to come up here and can you get big results from a small account? Okay. So the answer is yes, but this is a face to camera reel. So let you listen to that.
Do not have to have a large following on Instagram to get big results from your Instagram presence. One of the business accounts that I manage had a Facebook page, but they hadn't been using it much, and they did not have an Instagram page until I started working with them about 3.5 months ago. So we are a baby account.
Okay, so we're going to keep her going. What I did was I took my voice memo feature on my phone. So if you go to your iPhone and you look for voice memo, this is what it looks like. Let me see if you can see it. Voice memo. Okay. You click on voice memo, and I literally just have a little can of Ricolas. I set my phone like this next to my computer, and I let her play. Okay. I recorded it. New recording yesterday, 1 minute and 46 seconds. Okay. So I click on it. Let me share my screen in a different way. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to show you my phone screen. Okay. So here we go. Here are my voice memos. Okay. This voice memo, if you click these 3 dots right here, view transcript and copy transcript. I'm going to click copy transcript. Now I'm going to get out of that and I'm going to share my screen normal and go over to Chat GPT. Okay, so let's go over here to Chat. and you literally put that into your chat. This is literally the transcript of her entire reel. I'm going to say, hey, okay, hold on. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to say, oh, goodness. Sorry. TV time here. Hey, chat. I want you to take this transcript from my recent reel and repurpose the content for a carousel post. Please include exactly what you want me to copy and paste into each slide. Also, I'd like a scroll stopping hook for the first page that is 5 words or less, and another hook and context on the second slide. Please suggest the visual and or media to include on each slide. Here's the script. Okay, I'm going to see what happens. This is real time. There we go. So small audience, big results. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I cannot wait to recreate this. Slide 1, scroll stopping hook. Small audience, big results. That's it. The visual, bold, eye-catching text on a high contrast background, black text on a yellow background. That's not on brand for me, so that's not what we're going to do, but I get the gist. Consider adding a shocked or thinking face emoji or be like, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take a picture. Okay, so there you go. I've got my picture. That's so easy. So then I'm just going to keep scrolling. The second slide, hook plus context. You don't need a huge following to win on Instagram. Bam! Okay, one of the business accounts I managed had no Instagram presence. We started from scratch just 3.5 months ago. That's the context. Here we go, people. Let's go. Setting the stage. We only have 23 followers, but in 3 months, we posted over 60 times and built a solid content bank. Visual, a large 23 follower number next to 60 plus posts for contrast. You can also add a subtle background of content post thumbnails. Okay. The results. Now, here's the crazy part. 5,000 accounts reached, 6,000 video views, and then bold, easy to read numbers with icons, eyes for views, graph for the reach, a screenshot from Instagram Insights could work well here too. And we're going to do that. So slide 5, more proof. Even with 23 followers, 45 profile visits in 30 days, people are clicking our website link. Visual, screen Instagram Insights showing profile visits, or an icon of a website link with an arrow. So the secret to this growth, what's working? Hyper-local content, educational and shareable posts, consistent posting. Checklist format with green check marks and icons that represent each point. Location pin for the hyper-local. Number 7, the takeaway. You don't need a massive audience. You just need the right content. Love it. Call to action. Want results like this? DM me growth and let's chat. I feel like we could end the class right now and we would already be winning. So let me scroll over back to our class. So identify a high performing reel, face to camera, break down the main points into bite-sized carousel slides. I showed you how I did that. Voice memo, I recorded that reel that she did, took that and clicked the 3 dots, copy transcript, put it into chat with that prompt. Bam, you're ready to go. Fresh visuals and headlines to give your content new life. Now you've repurposed something in no time at all. Amazing. I'm excited. I want to stop right now and go do that. So how to find and customize carousel templates. Um, I'm going to do this at the end of the class in real time, so just bear with me, but these are screenshots. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Canva, open up your Canva. You're going to want a pro account. If you don't have a pro account, please, we make like $3, but we do have an affiliate link on our website under tools we love. You can sign up for a pro account there. So you're going to search carousel in Canva templates. So you're going to go to Canva, you're going to do the search box and type Instagram carousel. I am not kidding you. There are 20,000 templates. So if you type in Instagram carousel, you might want to use some more descriptive words on what kind of carousel. Real estate, you know, beauty, finance, motivational carousel, just anything like that, just more descriptive to really narrow it down to something that may be more conducive to your industry. But either way, you can literally click on anyone and make them your own. You're going to select the design of whatever the carousel is, and you're going to apply all pages. And again, we're going to do this together. Then you're going to go to elements and you're going to add elements that make it unique to you. This one was pretty boring. It just had a 5 in the colors or whatever. These aren't our colors. We will change that and I'll show you how to do that too. But adding little fun elements and stickers is going to really help stop the scroll. Easy design tips for beginners. This goes back to my teaching days. A high contrast color for readability. So you don't want like yellow on white, that kind of thing. You want black and white, white and black. Even this right here feels a little light for me, but I did create that, so that's my fault. But I was trying to use another brand color besides our pink, our black, and our white. But either way, the highest contrast in background and foreground, or whatever your text in your background, is advisable. Stick to 1 or 2 fonts for consistency. We've done that in this one. Leave plenty of white space so that your client, their eyeballs aren't overwhelmed. And you want to add your logo like we did for brand visibility. Again, I'll show you how to do that. So we, as y'all all know, if you're taking this class and you have probably worked with us in the past, we teach something called EIEIO. Educate, inspire, entertain, inform, and offer. Those are the 5 things you should do on your social media. You know, we say Instagram, but you need to cover all those bases. And we're going to show you 5 examples on the EIEIO, how we did that through carousels. So this is an educational post. Instead of saying read the caption, try one of these instead. Choose a hook and a coordinating call to action on your reel. Steal my strategy for X, Y, and Z. Here's exactly how I blah, blah, blah. Check out the full story. The info you need for, so sorry. The info you need for dot, dot, dot. Here's my strategy. Let's break it down. Here's the truth. Here is exactly what I'm doing. Every single one of them, or the last 4 at least, have arrows pointing down, which is indicating to the reader to read the caption. So instead of saying, read the caption, here are 8 things that you could do instead. This is an educational post. Then on the last one, it's make them want to read the caption with a good hook and CTA. So, and then here's the little call to action, save. There's things I would do differently on this one, but you get the idea. It's delivered in a carousel and it makes them scroll. And we didn't just put everything in the caption. We also didn't just face the camera talk to a reel. It's readable. It's hang time. So here's a post that inspires a carousel. How to prevent social media burnout. Is it educational? Yes. But is it also inspirational? Yes. So shift your goals and mindset. Focus on service to your audience instead of your own social media growth. So it's inspiring you that When you make a post, think about who you're helping. When I'm teaching this, I am talking to you right now on the other side of this camera. And I'm like, I hope this helps you. I hope you go out and make a carousel and it slays for you on social and it gets you a client. And then that client leads to the biggest client of your life and you become a millionaire and you retire in the Bahamas next year. I really hope that for you. I'm talking to you behind this camera and I want you to um, know that every time you post, you need to come at it from the mindset of what difference you're making. It's a simple reframe. It's okay to be growth oriented. When you focus all your efforts, though, on vanity metrics, your post may have the energy of desperation. When you think that every post you make must go viral, it creates too much pressure and perfectionism will kick in. So on and so forth. Inspire. You're inspiring them. Entertain. Here's a carousel that entertains. Phone conversations amongst friends after attending social school. And see, we took pictures of ourselves on a phone, old school. Hey girl, did you see that reel I just posted? I think it's going to be viral. Want me to teach you how to do that transition? OMG, I added a CT overlay to the outro of my reel and they're actually doing what I asked. Okay, here's the deal. I love this. We did this a while ago. I mean, this was at least a year ago. So way before, the metrics and the strategy that I'm going to teach you today. The things I would do differently now here are like a lot, and we will talk about that. But some of the things I would say are these would be video in each side of those. I would animate the numbers so they pop and zoom in. I would do a little less wording and I would not make these all capital letters. But either way, it is an entertaining post. It's meant to be tongue in cheek and funny. And so you can use carousels to do that. It would be more entertaining, though, if these were videos and someone talking to the camera instead of a lot of reading. Entertaining is not always, shouting at you with capital letters. Inform. Wait, are carousels the new real? Literally, this is when carousels basically came out. So this is an informative post about carousels, what they are and how to use them back in the day, at least a year ago. And then offer. Literally, I showed y'all one of these. We've got 3 of these carousels floating around on Instagram. But it's like buy my crap post. That's what I call it. Or sign up for my thing. How to work with us social media management. Remember the example I gave you in the beginning was our coaching. Turn your social media over to the pros. So this is a sales post. It's literally buy my crap. Sign up for my thing. That is what this is. And then the last is a call to action. Again, insert a little bit of movement, animation. I might stretch this out a little bit more, but either way, it's a pretty good one. And it is an offer post. So we have an EIEIO, and I've shown you how we've used carousels to tick all the boxes. All right, best practices to boost your reach. Post when your audience is most active. The way that you can figure out when your audience is most active is stop sharing. Let me share it again and go back to my phone for you. Okay, so here's our Instagram, okay? And I'm going to go to my professional dashboard. And I am going to go to, I think it's interactions. I'll have to look here in just a second. Nope. Okay, 2 seconds. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's under followers now. So you're going to go to, let me do that again to show you. You're going to go to your professional dashboard. right here, that gray box. Click there. You're going to go to new followers and you're going to scroll all the way down. This right here tells you your most active times. So for us on Sundays, that's grayed out. I'm sorry. On Sundays, 12 a.m. is the most active time. Mondays, I'm sorry, Sundays, back up. I'm screwing up here. I'm so sorry. I'm reading this wrong. On Sundays, my most active time is at 6 p.m. Okay, right there, 331. I'm clicking on it and it's showing me. On Mondays, my most active time is 6 p.m., 341. Tuesdays, it's a toss up, so maybe I would try 3 p.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. again, 344. Thursdays, 335. Fridays, it is 3 p.m. And Saturdays, it looks like it is 3 p.m. again. So my most active times are 3 and 6 every day of the week. But if you post at the active time, that's when you're going to get the most love. So if you're posting each day, and let's say you have a post to post on Sunday and you create it in the morning, let's say sometime around 8 while everybody else is still asleep. Don't post it right then. Hold it. Hold strong. Save it and post it at 6 p.m. that night. Okay? Then Monday, if you have a post and you make it in the middle of the day, don't just go ahead and post it then. Save it for 6 p.m. So on and so forth. But you can write down your times, put them on a board, stick them on a post-it note next to your computer, but that's how you figure that out. Okay, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. All right, use a strong call to action. Like, this is not that strong, but it is very direct. Like this post. Remember, I said likes and shares are the most important metric now for Instagram. So, like this post and drop a comment or, ask a question in the comments. Share this post and ask them to do two things. And by all means, reply to all your comments quickly, boost that engagement. When you respond back in real time, that's the best. If you can't, but you can do it during the day, then just do that. But always respond to your comments as much as you can in a meaningful way. Let's create a carousel together. Okay, so let me exit out of this. We're going to do the headline. We're basically going to make that reel that that carousel that I already talked to you about. So let's go over here to templates, and this is how you search. So Instagram carousel. Okay, that's all I did. I went to Canva. I searched in the box Instagram carousel, 20,000 templates. Pretty crazy. Okay, so I am going to click on this one, customize this. Now I'm going to show you how I use our brand kit to customize this in almost no time at all. So I'm going to go over here to brand, and I've preloaded the next chapter social logos, colors, fonts, and pictures. So you can see here are all of our logos. Okay, the one I use is always down here. Here are all of our color palettes. These are our main colors. I mean, these are our entire brand palette right here. Sometimes I don't want to use all those colors. Sometimes I just want a black and white. Sometimes I want to use our three main colors. In this case, you can see there's about 3 colors here. I'm going to use those. So I'm going to click this. I like that a lot. Not really sure what's happening there. I love that. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to apply to all pages. So I'm clicking there, apply to all pages. It's applying. Now I want to change this wording. So I'm going to go over here to chat, and I'm going to go to the first slide and small audience, big results. That's the title. So I'm going to go over here, small audience, big results. That's pretty amazing. I love it. I'm going to change this from that to, I'm going to come over here, put my logo there. There we go. And there's my website. I don't know why it did that twice. But anyways, you get the picture there. So there we go. And then obviously my name's Brooklyn. And I'm going to do that. And then see this little picture? Look how easy it is when you have a brand kit. I'm going to go over here, scroll down, and here is my picture. I'm going to scoot that down. Oh my gosh. Bam. That is amazing. So that's as far as we're going to go. But obviously, you know that I can copy, paste, and keep doing that. But I'm going to show you something and leave you on this note. I am going to animate this whole first slide. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to animate. And then I'm going to scroll down here to, let's do tumble. Okay, so there's tumble. Maybe I want it to be intense or less intense. I like less intense. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to do here and I'm going to animate my name. And I'm going to go to bounce. Okay, so now Brooklyn is bouncing. Let's click here and let's do breathe. Okay, it's just a slight movement. I don't really like that, so I'm going to pop. I like popping. Popping is much better. So let's make that pop too, because that's fun. And then let's make our website pan in. And then let's make the next chapter social stomp. Okay, so let's play that. Y'all, oh my gosh. Okay, so now what you do is you literally click, once you get all your slides done and everything and animated, you click share, you click download. Download pages as separate files. Click that. MP4 makes it a video, and you click download. Now you will have 8 or 9 slides that are all individual videos that you upload as your carousel. Okay, so I'm gonna download these as individual pages. That way, each video is its own separate video, or each slide is its own separate video, and it doesn't play through without the client being able to stop it. So it's important that you click that one little, download pages as separate files. Save it as an MP4. When you have animation, if you don't save it as an MP4, it doesn't play as a movie. So you have to do that. But now, I've got an amazing carousel that's been repurposed from a reel, and I'm doing all the things that Instagram really wants me to do. And then the second page that will be show on this second time that it's shown to people, I'm going to actually do this. Duplicate that. So now all the animation is there. I'm going to go to chat and I'm going to do this. You don't need a huge following. Okay, I'm going to make that smaller. Let's see if I can't move that over ever so slightly. And let's just do that. Now, let's see what else it was wanting me to say. This is the context, remember? So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm actually going to put this up here because I need context. So let's paste this, and we're going to make this white so that you can see it. And I'm going to put that here. Okay, so this is the second slide. You don't need a huge following to win on Instagram, but now I've got the context. So see how easy it was for me to recreate that same first slide, but in a different way. Now all of that animation is already there. So let's play. See how the slide automatically goes to the next one without me touching it? That's what will happen on Instagram if you don't download it as separate. If it's separate videos, they have to scroll to see the next one. So anyways, I hope this helps you. I'm really, really excited about this class and seeing how you use it. So reach out to us and we will see your carousels on Instagram.